the dimensionality of perspective and critique is what liberal arts disciplines have to bring to management theory, innovation, initiative, not a replication of practice, but an ownership of a process, a way of thinking. One of the things that I think that we've done within the academy that's entrepreneurial, that is a critique on what we've had, is that we have come up with new disciplinary lenses to see the world. And those disciplinary lenses often include populations that were once excluded. So post-colonial theory, for instance, is a different lens that brings in marginalized or silenced voices into, more traditional understandings of history. Feminist theory is another, queer theory. These are all theories where we have invited and incorporated heretofore silenced populations in a way to improve our understanding and expand it. So that's where I think that liberal education and entrepreneurship can go hand in hand. What I think is the most important that liberal arts has to offer management is a dimension of critique. So it's a way of thinking and processing that is not fact-based necessarily, although certainly you learn facts and you learn theories, but one of the things that you learn is to position yourself as someone who is a skeptic, critiques those very theories. It's a way of thinking about the world so that you learn how to change and improve the world, not replicate current practices necessarily, but take what you have and do something different with those things. Entrepreneurship also has the largest reach, I would argue, within management studies. And that's because entrepreneurship really incorporates every aspect of business, finance and accounting and marketing. The other dimensionality of entrepreneurship, though, is this qualitative dimension, is a dimension where a person or people identify with a process and a product so that it has at least the potential to be an artistic self-expression. I have taught one integrated class. The title of the class was Minority Voices in Entrepreneurship, and it was a sociology course that studied entrepreneurship from a sociological lens. In other words, looking at groups and communities that have used entrepreneurship both for self-expression, to integrate their community views into the larger culture, have used it to access the economy. It was challenging for me. It was also challenging for the students because the course had entrepreneurship in the name, and because entrepreneurship has been so associated with business, it was a shock, an adjustment for them to understand that it could be, the process could be applied in different areas of life beyond business. And that was a process of some tumult and upset. Once we turned that corner, the class came together in a way that it's been one of my most satisfying experiences as a faculty member. I gave students a much bigger ability to conduct the class, in that they were able to set their own assignments. This was done, in conversation, not an individual student deciding her or his assignment. But in conversation, we decided on student assignments, on how they would be evaluated. I was not the sole evaluator of student work. So there was so much that I had to give up and really trust that they would take the process seriously. And they actually really did. The feedback that I got from students was, it was a very difficult and time-consuming class, but it was incredibly meaningful to them. They incorporated aspects of the class kind of on every level, on a very personal level, on a professional level, and on an academic level. There's a lot of very hard work for all.